shoot. Gosh darn it. Of course, right when I go live. There we go, finally. Okay. There we are, people. Stun you all with his silence. Ha ha ha, you didn't expect that, did you? Greetings, humans! Greetings, and welcome back to another fun-filled episode. Bear here. 29-year veteran of the woods, people. You're listening to YouTube's #1 review show by a bear. It's great to have each and every one of you with us here today, including our Russian bots, lurkers, and even P-Money. What the heck? Why not, man? Why not? Cheering on old Kucherov. 100 assists, baby. MVP of the league, we hope. We hope. Knock on wood. Knock on wood out here, people. We could very easily do a complete hockey talk show here, people. It could just be nothing but hockey talk. Bear would be thrilled, but we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. We're going to take a left turn. Wanted to send a shout out to old Kucherov here. Congratulations, sir. Congratulations. 4 Canadian teams are officially in the playoffs, so go Leafs tonight. All P-Money's beloved Leafs out there. Unfortunately, they lost in their last game against the Lightning. Couldn't quite get their superstar player the requisite goals that he needed, but that's all right, man. That's all right. We got old Kucherov 100 plus that actual goal as well. So, yay for him, MVP of the league out there. Yes, indeed. Why are we looking at the Lightnings? They don't even play tonight. Well, we have them in our hearts. P-Money, we have them in our hearts. I should make a poll. I should make a poll if Kucherov is going to get the MVP or not here. Let me just, great to see Derpy here. Haven't seen him in a while. Great to have you here. We're actually going to be doing a review here in just a minute. Hold on. Bear is literally biting at the teeth here. Biting at the bit to get this going. Let's see. Hold on just 1 second. Here. Question mark. That would be yes or you. Of course. I guess. Whatever. If it's misspelled, that's fine. I don't care. Don't care whatsoever. So go ahead. Put in your votes now if you want. We're going to see if Cooch is going to get the MVP of the year, people. Go ahead. Put in your votes right now. Right canal, people. Oh, it's Bear's favorite time of the year. Just getting to stir the pots with old P-Money out here. That's all right. All right. We actually have a book review to do. I know, it's shocking. Bear could just talk about Lightning for the next hour. He's not going to do that. Not going to do that because, quite frankly, they play tomorrow night. But also, people, it's Bear's time to do a little review here. So, I tell you what, people. I really tell you here. This is an enjoyable one out here. You know, Bear. You know, a lot of times he's went through. I never really meant to do a best comic of the year or anything like that. It's not really the way that Bear goes out here. But we've had it in the past where Bear has kind of talked about certain comics that, gosh, he really likes and enjoys and really tries to promote and tell people about it and everything. We've got him through the years here. I mean, of course, we've got good old Battle Megan and Knuckle Bomb, one of Bear's favorites out here. I mean, I tell you, Kyung Lee, with the thick ladies, the manga stuff, just excellent book. Can't recommend it enough. Hopefully, we can still get it. I don't know. Let's see. This is number 515 there, so we shall see. Enjoyed Battle Maiden Knuckle Bomb. That was Bear's very first Best Book in Comics Gate Mainly, great book, great story. Also just trying to bring people in. So a lot of people were kind of interested in manga at the time. So, Battle Maiden still up there in Bear's Heart. Come back, Young! Wherever you are, come back, Young. Earthbound, from Narwhal, one of the greats out there. Literally came out of nowhere. Came out of nowhere there. With just an enjoyable book all around. Took a little bit to get into it, but once you got into kind of the story and what was going on with everything, one of Bear's favorite books that year. Of course, we see CyberFrog 2, Bear's book last year. Of course, Wraith of God the year before that. Well, we gotta put in one more, people. We gotta put in one more. Step aside, everybody else. That would be from the G ship out here. Gary Shipman, Titan Mouse of Might, Volume 3. Easily, definitely top 5. Probably easily could be top 3 books. I don't know if he considers himself comics geek or not. Whatever. Bear, listen. Here's Bear's expertise here. There we go. There is the cap that Bear's wearing. So, you know where Bear's standing on all this stuff. But, definitely one of Bear's very new favorite books out there. Got to read that the other night. What an enjoyable book. What I really, I tell you, people, Bear really loves this book. Not that 1 or 2 was any bad. They were all very good. Titan number 1, excellent book. Titan number 2, excellent book. Tried to promote that in the past. I mean, got several different varieties. In fact, I got the old, you don't see too many of these, the old artist edition. There you go. Pretty cool stuff from Titan 1. It's not quite 11 by, is it 11 by 9? I think 11 by 9. It's not quite that, but a lot, you can kind of compare the two there. There we go. We've got a number of the books. Titan number 3, just really what an amazing book out there. I don't want to spoil the book too much here, but did want to say that, Gary Shipman could have went any number of ways with the book that he had here. Essentially, Titan Mouse of Might is, think of Batman, but as a little mouse. So he could have went a couple different ways. He could have just went very commercial and leaned into the whole Batman as a mouse type situation. Could have went. It's a kid's book, but with a lot of just very interesting themes, heavy philosophical, even religious connotations in there. I'm sure the kids would enjoy reading it, but it's a little bit more deeper than that. Of course, maybe your little Johnny out there is a special little boy or girl, but for the most kids out there, they'll probably get it surface level. Kind of like CyberFrog. CyberFrog is just a great book as a cybernetic frog battling alien bees. But it's also got the undertone of what was going on with Ethan Van Sciver, how he was dealing with cancel culture, how he was dealing with people that just basically wanted to get rid of him. So you can read the book either way. Same thing with Miasma here, Titan number 3. A very deeply personal, deeply Titan is looking in upon himself here, so very much of him as his sort of inner soul that he has. So let me just share some artwork here. Let me just share some stuff here that I tell you. Let me get. Sorry, I cut you off. Let me get your review here. Let me bring you guys in. There we go. But vote early and vote often, people. Vote early, vote often here. But some great. Bad sound? Hold on, 1 second. La 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 la. Is it? Test. Okay, hold on 1 second. Gosh dang it. Let's see. Put the thing with the thing. Test. Okay, sounds better? I think it sounds better. Alright, I apologize, people. Apologize about the bad sound. P-Money, better or worse? Yay or nay, sir? Yay, or you're telling me here. You're telling me here. So, there we go. Let me do the thing while we wait on that. Let me get rid of, can I do the interact and, no, I don't want to close it. I'll just vote. Of course. Ah, gosh dang it. Okay, get out of that. No, for crying out loud. Better, he says. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Okay, does it still do it? Okay, for crying out loud. Alright, 1 second, people. For crying out loud. Alright, professional show. Talk amongst yourselves out there, people, while Bear tries to get the browser working here. Okay, what's going on, man? Do the thing with the thing. Let's see if it works. Of course not. Why does it not work, man? Well, I apologize, people. You're not gonna have any chats tonight. Bear will read them, though. Bear will read them. But let me get back to the actual review here for you good people. Amazing stuff. Amazing stuff that Gary Shipman was able to do, essentially with inks and a white piece of paper. I've seen the artwork before with Gary's stuff in his other books that he has going on. So he does this sort of contrast, the black and white sort of contrast. But this really kind of just blew it out of the water. And I apologize, I don't want to give too much away. I was a little bit kind of scratching the head here. Like, okay, how does this all fit together and everything? It seems a little bit surreal. It is very, very surreal. The best way that Bear can describe it, reading it, was that it's like going to an art exhibit, kind of fancy pants art exhibit, looking at the painting up along the wall there. And it has, motion isn't the right way to describe it there, but, instead of it just being kind of one static painting, multiple stuff. And the way that it flows, like a good example here, how it kind of flows between panels. Everything was easy to read, easy to follow, had a pattern and a beat to it. All the panels fit together. I like how he kind of would go from kind of white areas in one side of the page to kind of black areas in the other page. Just excellent work, hands down. Some of the best work that Bear's seen from Gary Shipman. And also just a very personal, of course, it's Titan looking in on himself. You can also say it's the artist as well looking in on himself as well. So some very, I would assume, some very personal stuff for Gary that he is showcasing, he is letting loose, exposing his soul a little bit there to the world. And I mean, that's hard to do, because 90% of the time, the world is cruel, wants to reject anything out there. So putting that stuff out there without any inhibitions, and then just still nailing the story and nailing the heart of not only the character but what he's talking about here. Gary could have done very easy stuff here. Very easy stuff, make it very commercial. He didn't. He went completely the opposite way. He says, I've got a story to tell. I'm going to tell it my own way. And it worked. It really, really, really worked. Everything in there, I tell you, people, Bear, unless there's something where Bear is confused about when he's reading a book to kind of review, a lot of times Bear will just, 9 times out of 10, just be checking out the story. Of course, the artwork's always great, don't get Bear wrong, but mainly focused story first. As an aspiring writer out here. So, story first and enjoying the art in addition to that. Unless there's something kind of odd or weird, it's not like Bear will go back and kind of re-go through some stuff, or just kind of sit there and just kind of look at the art, kind of staring at it or pondering it. Bear going through this, literally would get to the end of a page and just say, okay, let me take a minute and just look and see what sort of beautifulness is going on here. I thought that was great. I got to the end of the second chapter and was like, I literally knew, Bear literally knew at the end of the second chapter that this was something that was really very special. Very, I really feel a little bad because, you know, number one, it was special because Bear, it's like, oh, there's not that many books out there that, you know, people are able to get a hold of and take a look at this. So you kind of felt, ooh la la. On the other hand, you're like, gosh dang it, there needs to be more people looking at this book. A great book that needs to come out. I hope it's not, you know, 50, 100 years time from now, Gary finally gets his due. I hope he gets it sooner than, well, he has a little bit. Let me go to it here. We were talking about this the last time with the heroic awards. How do I still have the chat over there? Crying out loud. Anyhow, let me just. Anyways, he got the heroic awards finalist for the best. I think it was best story. Best story, excellent story, but also the story that went with the art as well. So, definitely needs to be a winner. Hopefully, let's see, broadcast on the Comics Crusader Network. I don't know how us mere mortal readers out here can you know, advocate for one artist or not for the heroic awards, but Bear would be at the first on the line out there saying, hey, Gary needs to go ahead and get this award at C2E2. That's the best part too. Oh my gosh. The behind the scenes of that. So John Malin, Ethan and Sciver, Shane Davis, a number of the other kind of bigger in volume. Well, also a little bigger as well. Bigger in volume kind of sellers out there. We're going to go to comic convention called C2E2. Got everything situated, paid for the booth and everything, and then of course, what usually happens with Comicsgate stuff is they got canceled. They got removed from the floor there. They were going to have to go either to the hotel or something else to do their comic stuff. Gary actually got into C2E2 with his book, and hopefully we'll take it all the way. He does definitely deserve it. Some just excellent artwork here with some of that stuff. Let me show you some of the 2-page stuff. When Bear first saw this, he was like, okay, this is kind of an odd look to it, but when you actually go and read in the book and you kind of understand what's going on in the book, it totally makes sense. Again, it's a little bit more surreal than anything else because it's actually Titan's kind of inner journey that he's going through. So he's having a lot of stuff going on in the old noggin that he's thinking about whether or not he's going to be a good, you know, force for good or maybe less good out there. Some interesting concepts, some interesting kind of philosophical stuff out there. In addition to just some great artwork here. Like this page here, it was a nice page that Bear saw. You could barely see Titan there in the slight middle there. A 2-page, this 2-pager here, and actually had over there off to the left there. You can see there's actually a little bit more white area. So, you know, a lot of artists would put in, you know, okay, let's put in a couple more plants or a couple more rocks or anything. Gary just says, okay, here it is. I'm done. We don't need any more. It's completely blank. It's completely blank out here. So, some good stuff from Gary Shipman. Can't say enough great stuff about that. I mean, he does deserve to be in the pantheon of great Comicsgate books out here. At least in Bear's quality. You know, of course, you might have different books that you might think are a little bit higher on the list, but I would say easily top 5 for Bear here. Titan Mouse of Might. If you haven't already gone and checked it out, people, it is still in demand. So if you wanted to go check it out, there you go. Unfortunately, $13,000. 194 backers. We need to push him over at least 200. Gosh dang it. Bear's going to try and check into this every once in a while. Make sure that he promotes this a little bit more. Make sure that Gary gets his due out there. That is way too low an amount for a great book. And that's kind of what Bear was saying, where he could have easily done something where it was more commercially viable. Instead, kind of, I hate to say follow his heart, because the heart is actually a evil character in the book here. But followed his heart and went with what he thought was kind of the best. And, a lot of times as an artist that might not work out, but in this case, at least for Bear reading it, excellent job. Congratulations, Gary. You did a fantastic job. So if you haven't checked it out right now, I don't care if you sign out of YouTube and go, forget Bear, just go to freaking Indiegogo. Maybe it's on Kickstarter, I don't know. Go to Indiegogo. It is down in the description. Click on that link. Bear gets nothing for it. It doesn't matter. Literally, go get the book, people. I can't say it enough. $25, $30, whatever it is, you better go check it out, people. You will be missing out. I swear to you. Uncle E, somebody clip this. Somebody go out there and clip this, gosh darn it. Uncle E, if you are listening, sir, you've been saying many times out there, you want to have books that aren't just content. A lot of the Friday night type characters, they get in trouble just complaining about stuff and never really making anything. And then you got people like Eric July out there that make stuff, but it's not really, other than people, busting his balls over it, it's not really memorable. So you want to be able to make artwork instead of just straight content. Artwork. Always yours, sir. Artwork. Artwork, sir. Artwork, please. Any of the Comicsgate, the bigger names out there, go out, reach out to Gary Shipman, even if it's just like an ash can, maybe a cover or something like that. That might be a little too much, but a simple project or something like that. Get Gary Shipman on there. He's gonna just do an amazing job. And fits right in here. It's kind of interesting. We've got some kind of old pros over here, including Gary, and then you got the newer upcoming comic creators out there. So kind of a wide variety there. That is Bear's pick. You might be a little bit off, but I don't care. I don't care because that's what it is. P-Mike says Gary is top 3 for me for sure. Well, hopefully you're able to get your book relatively quickly here. Relatively quickly. Did I have another one? Oh, here we go. I just wanted to show some of the stuff where he just kind of goes from panel to panel. I'm gonna try not to spoil it too much. Let me see if I can get it bigger. 1 second here. Bear with me here. There we go. So, just like page to page here, it just he's just got some amazing stuff here that you can go check out. Great action in there at the first part of the book, but really it's kind of a journey of self-discovery here. So it's a little bit more kind of introspective. But I tell you, the main bad character here, the miasma character, scary. Oh my gosh, that is a scary design that Gary came up with. And it was kind of interesting. Bear, when Gary had his channel a while back, before it got demonetized or cut off with the crypto bros or whatever, you watch Gary, come up with whatever he was doing with his inks or whatever, and you're kind of like, okay, how is this? What am I looking at? How is this all coming together? And then by the end of the show, when he's kind of finishing up the page and everything, it's like, oh, okay, that's what it looks like. That's how it's come together. So just the way that he just does his artwork is like any other. Again, let me just go back here to some of the books here. Each one of these is a different, a little bit kind of an art style. A lot of people might not like Narwhal's artistic style out there. A little bit more simplistic. I thought it had a lot of movement and action, which was really nice. Manga, as far as Battle Maiden. Of course, more traditional comic book, either with Aaron Lopresti or Ethan out there. Gary just has his own unique art style, which I don't think can be confused with anybody else. There might be styles that he's taking it off of, but just the way it kind of looks and how it kind of all flows together, just some great. I love the staircase one here, just how that kind of came together. I mean, that's just him putting ink smudges at the edge of the page here, and it all comes together. I mean, not only does it come together artistically where it kind of fits together, it fits together with what he's trying to do as sort of a surreal interpersonal intermouse, a journey that he's doing. So it fits. Everything fits. Everything works. This is the heart, this sort of multi-tentacled monster there. It's literally Titan's heart, so to speak. So very, very unique, very distinct. You're not going to see much like that out there. It literally is watching like a fine painting come to life and kind of unfold before your eyes. So, once again, I'm not going to spoil any of the stuff out there, but please, by all means, I don't care if you leave Bear's channel right now, go check out Titan Mouse and White Volume 3. It is in the description. Go check it out right meow, people. Not now, right meow. Right meow. So there you go, people. There's some good stuff there from the old G ship out here. Let's see. P-Money says, man, some of Gary's art is like the best in the business. It is. Again, I was a little bit confused like this one here, where I was like, okay, I'm not sure exactly how, Batman is a mouse. I'm not sure how all this stuff fits together. Again, it's more of kind of an interpersonal journey with Titan. The first little bit, he is kind of finishing up. I wish that I'd reread the second book. There was a couple of characters that I remembered, but I couldn't quite, remember how they fit to kind of together. I would say the one thing, and this would kind of be for a lot of the artists out there that have comics that are, maybe year or multiple years in between the two, it would really be helpful if you put in, or if it's just a new viewer coming to it, and you're on book 2 or 3, it'd be helpful if you had like a 1 or 2 page, previously on, that sort of deal, just to kind of catch people up a little bit. That would be the only kind of thing that Bear would kind of have a slight ding on with Titan Mouse of Might number 3 here. I wish I remembered some of the characters, but I didn't know how well they kind of how they fit together. At least I didn't think so. So that's kind of the only negative that Bear has. Everything else is pure positive, pure positive out here. P-Money says, when I want to get a personal drawing for my family, I've gone to Gary all of the time. This actually has a remark inside, so yeah, it's great. Or, excuse me, a head, well, it's not a head sketch, kind of a, well, let me see if I can get to it, 1 second. 1 second here, people, let's see if I can get to it. There we go. Let's see if I can get back to it here. There we go. So there's that. That's pretty cool. Although I think I found out why all the crypto bros were able to hack into Gary's account. He's literally using his fingerprint. Let's see if that'll focus. I don't know if it'll focus on the end there, but all the stuff around the edge there, that's all Gary's fingerprints. So I probably were able to get into his iCloud account or something like that just through his fingerprints there. But anyway, some fun stuff there. P-Money also says, thanks, Bear, for praising Gary today. He deserves all the promotion he can get. There we go. Again, one more time. Go check it out, people. Please, by all means, Bear's going to just promote the hell out of this. Let me see, can I scroll through here? Can I do it? No, I can't scroll, so... I think it's like $25-$30. The deluxe version here was a little bit more. I want to say it was like maybe 40, but you're getting a heck of a deal. 140 odd pages, I think. A number of stuff in the background. I liked the stuff where he would do the layouts. So it was kind of interesting. Some of the artwork you can kind of see is like, oh wow, that's amazing how it all fit together. But then you go see the layouts of it, and you're like, oh okay, he was going, this the way that he drew it the first time didn't really work, so he played around with it a little bit, and then finally came up with the final drawing he was doing. So a number of stuff that goes along with the deluxe version. I would still say go pick it up. Bear always enjoys the hardcovers here. Always enjoys those hardcovers. So yeah, either way, do go check it out, people. Do go check it out. Take a drink here. 1 second. There we go. Let's see. Ruth. Good. Hello, Mrs. P Money. Ruth said for DC, Gary does Batmouse. If he was doing Marvel, it would be Spider-Mouse. That's true. But no, again, he could have very easily, he could have been very easily just a Batman version of a mouse character. Very easily. But no, he took it in his own direction there, which is even more admirable, especially with, again, $13,000. That's not a whole lot for the book that you get. No, you're getting more value for what you're paying, is what I meant to say. But Gary isn't getting a whole lot for the book that he's putting out there. So that he was able to say, no, I'm not going to take the commercial route, the easy route, and instead go out with what's a little bit going on inside of me. Which, by the way, people, Bear learned one thing. Do not piss off Gary Shipman. Whatever you do. Gary, if Bear has pissed you off in any way, he apologizes. Gary apparently is like the Michael Douglas character in that one movie. Ant-Man. No, the Falling Down movie. Just one what was he trying to get? Like an Egg McMuffin. One closed Egg McMuffin away from just, shooting up the entire place. Crying out loud. No, I'm kidding. Kidding out there. But please do go check it out. Great stuff. I mostly love, The Titan is a spin-off from Peckin's Land. It makes it feel like world building. Yeah, there's a little bit that goes on in there. More in book, I think 2, explained a lot of it. Book 1 a little bit. This, again, it's Titan's own little journey on his own. Trying to discover himself. I don't want to ruin stuff out there, but yeah, that's kind of the tagline to it, I suppose. Good stuff. Great stuff. Excellent stuff out there from the G-Ship. Here we go. Pardon me. Had the burps. Just had a hamburger. Boy, that guy was scared. I tell you what. Beer came up on him, grilling out there. Rah! And guy running off and like, ooh, free hamburgers. It's delicious, people. Free hamburgers are the most delicious out there. Let's see. Since you said hi to Ruth, says P-Money, my oldest daughter said tell Bear I said hi too. Well, hello, little P-Money. Hello as well out there. Hope all of the little P-Moneys and Mrs. P-Money are doing the best. Doing the best out there. Hopefully it's not snowing. It's just starting to turn hot here, P-Money. Just starting to turn hot here, people. Alright, well, enough of that. Once again, go check out Titan Us White Volume 3, Indiegogo, link in the description. Bear can't recommend it enough. Top 5 easily. I hope a number of you have enjoyed some of the other books there as well. Battle Maiden, Earthbound, or CyberFrog. Wraith of God, I haven't read the second one, so if the second one's better, I apologize out there. But there you go. Definitely some stuff to check out. Let's see, is the browser still working? Nope. Gosh, dang it. Well, I'm not going to show Kucherov again for P Money. Let's just go ahead and get right on into the news of the day, people. News of the day. I would do the campaign updates, but my email is not working here, people. So I apologize. Apologize about that. So let me just make this full screen so everybody can see. From the good folks out here at Deadline, Anthony D'Alessandro. Civil War has the edge over Abigail with $11 million in the second weekend, people. It's a terrible weekend. It is just a bloodbath out there. And I don't mean the Civil War type. I just mean nobody's going to the theaters. I think we all know why, but that's all right. Anyways, came in, winning the box office skirmish against 3 wide entries the second weekend of $11+ million after a $3.25 million Friday. Down 57% from last week. I think because everybody says it's not a movie about Civil War, it's a movie about a photographer. So, yada yada. There they go. Just going into the charts here. Let's see, week 2, $44 million total. It did okay, but I mean, you're not looking at just gangbuster stuff out there. $3 million, 3-day, $11 million. It's okay. It's doing fine. Abigail, I think, is the horror movie, if Beer remembers correctly. $4 million on a Friday. King Kong and Godzilla, The New Empire. Let's see, $2.33 million. So again, a lot of stuff that's just very lackadaisical, not doing very well out there for the theater. We had this just the other week here about essentially a majority of the U.S. population does not even go to the movies anymore as compared to some of the other countries around there. So, yeah, that we can see, Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, $3 million. Guy Ritchie out there. Good director. Also, what's his name? Alex Garland, Civil War. Great writer of screenplays out there, but, not, the week just ain't doing that well. And this is like, gonna be one of the high points of the year. It's literally all downhill from here, folks. There's only gonna be a couple speed bumps along the way to keep it from just crashing completely here. I mean, Kung Fu Panda, doing well after a couple weeks. Dune Part 2, doing really well after a couple weeks there. But that's it. That's all, man. It's all just a couple million here, a couple million there. That's it, and that's across almost 4,000 theaters. I mean, that's, don't check Bear's math here, but that's, what, about, $9,000 a theater? If Bear's math is correct here, about $9,000 a theater, so if you're a theater owner, not looking very, very well out here. Let's see, wow, I never heard of Civil War or Abigail. Shows you how much I care about movie releases these days. So there you go. We're just doing this just to keep old P Money up to date here. Gotta keep him up to date here. Speaking of keeping people up to date, we had this story on Wednesday. Google staffers storm the New York City, California, and Seattle offices to protest $1.2 billion Israeli contract. There they are, with the face masks and all that sort of stuff. They're sitting in this guy's office, the Google Cloud Manager's office, this fellow right here. They were doing a sit-in. They were occupying, as they say, an office out there. I thought occupation was bad, but no, apparently, if you're wearing a face mask, it apparently is good out there. Well, surprise, surprise. Google fires 28 employees involved in sit-in protest over $1.2 billion Israeli contract. What? No way. From Thomas Barbary, Google has fired 28 employees over their participation in a 10-hour sit-in at the search giant's offices in New York and Sunnyvale, California. To protest the company's business ties with the Israeli government, the Post has learned. The pro-Palestinian staffers, who wore traditional Arab headscarves as they stormed and occupied the office of a top executive in California on Tuesday, were terminated late Wednesday after an internal investigation. Google's Vice President of Global Security, Chris Rakow, said in a company-wide memo. They took over office spaces, defaced our property, physically impeded the work of other Googlers. They wrote, their behavior was unacceptable, extremely disruptive, and made coworkers, this is what I love, feel threatened. Ha ha! There you go, people. And the tables have turned. Tables have turned out there. So there you go. There is. You're fired. You're fired. You are native land, but you're fired. Get out of here. Hey. I think it's kind of sick when, pasty white people come out with the traditional Arab headscarf and think they're just going to play Yasser Arafat or something. Like, yeah, good luck. Good luck with that, fellas. Good luck. As long as you are Wu-Flu sensitive, says P-Money, you can occupy anything you want. No, you can't. They're fired. They are fired. So congratulations. Google gave you a little bit of hard time last time, but you came through. They finally decided not to be evil for like half a second. So, congratulations. Congratulations out there. I had this story. Listen, you can read the headline. You can already know what the guy says. You can already predict it. The traditional stuff. Yada, yada, yada. Blah, 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 blah. You probably already tell what Bear has to say about it as well. So, I'm just like, I think Bear's just going to take the position of, unless we can just kind of make fun of it or something like that. It's just like, you don't want to avoid it, but you just kind of want to ignore it, because the guy's just trying to stir up trouble just for headlines and clicks and all that sort of stuff. So, Nakati Gadawa, kiss off, man. I really don't care. Really don't care, man. You want to know why? You want to know why out there that Bear doesn't care? Because he's got probably the favorite news story that he's had all year, people. I should have did this the last show. I didn't want to do too many political stuff out there, but I couldn't. Bear can't resist, people. He literally cannot resist. We're going to skip over old Cuddy here. No, Cuddy, whatever the hell his name is. Go over here to old Brandon here. From the New York Post and Stephen Nelson. White House admits Brandon's uncle wasn't eaten by cannibals, died in the Pacific Ocean crash. A White House press secretary and possible mop, Karine Jean-Pierre, acknowledged Thursday that Brandon's maternal uncle Ambrose Finnegan actually died when his plane crashed in the Pacific Ocean during World War II, and that he wasn't... Pardon me, people. And that he wasn't eaten by cannibals, as Biden implied, on two separate occasions Wednesday. John Pierre told reporters on Air Force One that the 81-year-old president, quote-unquote, was merely expressing how incredibly proud he was of Finnegan when Biden suggested New Guinea natives had eaten him in 1944. I'm so proud my uncle got eaten. You saw the president. he was incredibly proud of his uncle's service in the uniform. You saw him at the War Memorial. It was incredibly emotional and important to him. Said noted mop, en route to Philadelphia, where Biden was making his third consecutive campaign day visit to the Keystone State, you saw him respond to all of you when asked about the moment yesterday, and his uncle, who lost his life when the military aircraft he was on crashed in the Pacific after taking off from New Guinea. I guess he's full there. He's had his fill. There's old Finnegan. Old Finnegan. Delicious. The press secretary cut short follow-up question, citing the presidential plane's approach to the Philadelphia airport. Hopefully it wasn't taken down and Brandon eaten by cannibals in Philadelphia. We all know how many cannibals are in Philadelphia, people. Calm down, Secret Service. Just a joke. Brandon indicated that cannibals finished off Finnegan after visiting a Scranton, Pennsylvania war memorial that bears his uncle's name. Quote, he got shot down in an area where there were a lot of cannibals at the time. They never recovered his body, but the government went back when I went down there, and they checked and they found some parts of the plane. Brandon told reporters in Scranton where he was born and lived off and on until he was 10 years old. There's the airplane. There's the mop. Later Wednesday, Brandon told steelworkers in Pittsburgh that Ambrose Finnegan, quote, got shot down in New Guinea and they never found the body because there were a lot of cannibals for real in that part of New Guinea. The official U.S. military account of Finnegan's death, referenced by Mop, contradicts the president's story. For unknown reasons, this plane was forced to ditch in the ocean off the coast of New Guinea. Both engines failed at low altitude, and the aircraft's nose hit the water hard, the Pentagon said, according to the accounting agency. 3 men failed to emerge from the sinking wreck and were lost in the crash. 1 crew member survived and was rescued by a passing barge. An aerial search the next day found no traces of the missing aircraft or the lost crew members because they were in Aboriginal stomachs, people. No lie. Biden has a long history of telling provably false personal anecdotes or dubious tales which there is no documentation. Corn Pop was a bad dude. In an attempt to connect to his audience, in this case Pennsylvania voters, also possible cannibals, who could determine the outcome of his bid for second term against former president. Orange Man bad, people. Orange Man bad. Here's old Finnegan. Tasty. Oh, it's not true, SB Money. I was going to ask the cannibals, what wine goes with Brandon's family? Well, I'm glad you asked, P-Buddy, because Bear's got that answer right here, man. That's why you come to Bear, to know what's going on with the cannibals, man. Lost for words. That would be The Guardian and Rebecca Radcliffe out here. Lost for words. Joe Brandon's tale. Burping up a little bit of the hamburger that Beer had. 99.9% human free. I promise you that. No lie. Joe Biden's tale about cannibals bemuses Papua New Guinea's residents. The president's suggestion that his Uncle Bossy was eaten by cannibals. What kind of world do we live in? I'm sorry, the White House has to come out and correct. No, the president's uncle was not eaten by cannibals. Well, we'll find out why here. Joe Brandon's suggestion that his uncle may have been eaten by cannibals in Papua New Guinea during World War II has been met with a mixture of bemusement and criticism in the country. Gee, I wonder why. Brandon spoke about his uncle, 2nd Lieutenant Ambrose J. Finnegan Jr. What? There's another Ambrose J. Finnegan? Okay. While campaigning in Pittsburgh on Wednesday, describing how Uncle Bossy had flown a single-engine plane. There's the plane. It's got 2 engines. That's the first line. Had flown a single-engine planes as reconnaissance flights during the war, but said that he got shot down in New Guinea, adding that they never found the body because there used to be a lot of cannibals. For real. For real. My word is a Brandon in that part of New Guinea. Official war records say Finnegan was killed when on a plane on which he was a passenger experienced engine failure and crashed in the Pacific Ocean. The records do not mention cannibal or state that the plane was shot down. Analysts in Papua New Guinea who were shown his comments described the claims as unsubstantiated and poorly judged, pointing out they were coming out at a time when the U.S. has been seeking to strengthen its ties with the country and counter Chinese influence in the region. The Malaysian people, a group of people who Papua New Guinea is part of, are a very proud people, said Michael Kavanagh, a lecturer in the political science at the University of Papua New Guinea. And they would find this kind of categorization offensive. Not because someone says, oh, there used to be cannibalism in the Papua New Guinea area. Yes, we know that. It's a fact. But taking it out of context and implying your uncle jumps out of the plane and somehow we think it's a good meal is unacceptable. Cannibalism was practiced in some communities in the past, in specific contexts, he said, such as eating a deceased relative out of respect. Who amongst us hasn't done that? Man, that'd be an awkward funeral. To prevent their body from decomposing. There was context. They wouldn't just eat any white man that fell from the sky. We have standards. I can't even, people. We're not going to eat a white man fall from the sky. We have standards here in Papua New Guinea. Gosh dang it. I need a break here. I'm dying, people. Oh boy. Professional show beer. Professional show. The practice was not due to people lacking food, he added, pointing out that archaeological evidence illustrate that agriculture was practiced in Papua New Guinea more than 10,000 years ago. Yeah, we just like to eat people. We weren't hungry or anything like that. Yeah, just a little taste of old uncle. About 79,000 U.S. soldiers remain unaccounted for in the Second World War, Kabuni added. And they're spread from Southeast Asia to the Korean Peninsula and Europe. What is Brandon implying? All 79,000 that were never found were eaten? We have standards. Not any white man. Alright. Others were simply bemused by the remarks. I'm entirely lost for words, actually. Bear 2. Bear 2. Said somebody who was recently selected as the alternate prime minister for the opposition. I don't feel offended. It's hilarious, really. I'm sure when Biden was a child, those are the things he heard his parents say. And it probably stuck with him all his life. Old Uncle Finney out there got eaten by cannibals. Some other economic lecturer at the University of Papua New Guinea said the claims were unhelpful. Really? No way. And pointed out that it comes after Biden canceled a brief trip to the country last year, probably because he thought he was going to be eaten. It pains the PNG in a bad light. Paints, rather. Papua New Guinea has already had a lot of negative press around riots and tribal infighting. And, eating the uncle of the President of the United States doesn't really help. for a president to say that, particularly after a lot of deals have been struck with the PNG and the work they've been doing in the Pacific. Even off the cuff, I don't think that should have been said at all. According to the Pentagon's POWMIA accounting agency, Biden's uncle died, yada yada yada. We already saw that. We already got all of that. They have standards. Standards in Papua New Guinea. They're not just going to eat anybody that falls out of the sky, people. They have high standards. And as Bear says all the time. I mean, people think, people are delicious. Not really. Not really. Listen, it goes salmon, then garbage, and then people. You know, it'd be third on the list for Bear. If there's salmon, Bear's going for salmon. If there wasn't salmon, but there's garbage, Bear's going to go for the garbage. If there's no garbage and there's no salmon, listen, I'm not just going to eat any white man that falls out of the sky. All right. I can't even. That's. That does it for Bear, people. I can't go much higher than we've already hit. I can't go much higher than that. It's just literally impossible. At the end of the year, if we make it, nuclear war or plague and famine aside, climate emergency, this definitely is going to go top 5 of Bear's stories of the year. President Biden's uncle, I repeat, not eaten by cannibals. Not eaten by cannibals. Let's see. It's not true. I was going to ask the cannibals what wine. Oh, okay, yeah, we got that. Bear eating a hamburger. Have I ever seen a bear eat a cow? Well, not the entire cow. One piece at a time. Bear, you don't know about Ambrose Finnegan Sr. I'm ashamed of you. Well, I apologize. I meant it was either people or animals for dinner. Of course, we chose the former. Not any white man. We've got standards here. We only eat our paternal, family members out here in Papua New Guinea. Not just any white guy that falls out of the sky. I think we have a record for length of time Bear laughing during a live stream. I think so. This is the world we live in, P-Money. White House comes out. I'm sorry, the president was mistaken. His uncle was not eaten by cannibals. Not eaten at all. He says, so if I go to the restaurants, I won't see Brandon's family served here. Disappointing. Ba-dum-bump. Ba-dum-bump. Well, I think that's the best. I think that's the best place to leave it. Let me find out. Let's find out where we are on the voting here before we go. I know P-Money didn't vote. With 2 votes. An entire 2 votes. Yes, Kucherov will win the MVP award this year. So take that. P-Money. Take that. Boy. I can't top the cannibal story, people. I can't. I mean, where else do we have to go here? I have nowhere else to go. All right, let me end the poll. There we go. Everybody's put in their votes. There we go. Thank you. Thank you for voting out here. Thank you for voting. Poll complete. Thank you to the other person out there that voted. We know P-Money did not. So, once again, want to circle back around one last time here. Please do go check out Gary's book out here. Some great stuff. You've got the link in the description, people, so do go check it out. Great stuff for you to check out there. Can't say enough good things. I mean, he's even got the award going on there, so congratulations, Gary. Excellent excellent book all around, sir. Excellent book all around. So, all right. Well, I do want to thank, of course, P Money for sticking in there. Even with all his hockey talk that he had, just kind of stirring in the knife there. That's all right. Derpy, if you're still around, great to have you here, man. Great to have you here. Come on by again. Even though we do sometimes talk a little hockey talk every once in a while. Hopefully for another couple months for Bear. Hopefully knock on wood here. Knock on wood. So, want to thank all of you and our Russian bots and lurkers out there. But you know, all this talk about Papua New Guinea and cannibals has made Bear hungry. So until next time, people, grrr. Thanks, everybody. Good night.